Thundercats! Ho! Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another painting video. And this is another one in the series of the action figure paintings that I've been doing recently. If you've seen them, there is He-Man, he's been done, Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, all the original figures. And now we're going to another 80s icon, and that is Lion-O. He-Man came out in 83, 84, and Thundercats came out in 85. Now, this is me. I was like 4 years old when this came out. No, 6 years old? Somewhere. 4, 5 or 6. I loved Thundercats. It wasn't quite up there with He-Man for me. I'm not quite sure why, but He-Man has always been, I don't know, I guess it was my first love. But Thundercats was very close to me. I remember I had a cool VHS tape which was entitled Thundercats He-Man, Thundercats He-Man, Thundercats He-Man, and it was just because they were on like that during the week. One came on, then the other one came on, so I used to videotape them all and record them, and I used to just adore them. So let's talk about the action figures. I liked the Thundercat action figures. They were slightly, and let's be fair, they didn't have a lot of articulation. They were definitely overtaken when Turtles came out and G.I. Joe and what have you. But they were good. And I really love the Mumra figure and the Panthro figure. They were wicked. But one of the guys got done a bit dirty, and that's old Lion-O. His figure wasn't very good. I don't know if you ever had it. The eyes were really, really weird. His hair was wrong. I mean, the hair, I've tried drawing Lion-O as like the cartoon many times, and his hair is hard to get looking right, and the clothes he had kind of looked a bit ridiculous, so they did him dirty when it came to the figure, but that figure still holds a very fond place in my heart, so he had to be added to this collection of action figure paintings. I didn't paint the little thing he used to stick in his back. I can't remember what it did. Did it make his eyes light up? I think it did, didn't it? No, it didn't. What did it do? Did it make a noise? Leave your comments down below, because I can't remember. Should have researched it beforehand. Maybe I'll do that in a minute, and I'll just put up what it does. So here we are. Let's talk about the painting and stop talking about Thundercats. Thundercats. Oh, it ran for 4 seasons. Did you know that? I couldn't believe that. I googled it just before I came on because I couldn't remember what year it came out. I knew it was just after He-Man. And it ran for way longer than I realised. So I think there's a lot of episodes I've not seen. Like I say, the obsession with Thundercats died off a lot quicker than everything else, and I think it's because of Turtles. Turtles just absolutely took over my life, my existence. So let's talk about the action figure. Let's talk about the painting, actually. So as you see behind that, I've done lots of doodles. This is called a doodle grid, or some people call it a sketch grid. Some people call it a silly grid, or something like that. It's exactly the same as doing like a normal grid, except you don't have to square it off. And then I'm painting in. Let's talk about the colours. These yellows, this lion colour for Lion-O, this was just mixed from reds and yellows, and then white to get the sort of saturation, get the saturation down quite a bit. The blues here, I believe this was a Carillion blue mix. Again, just mixing up. And Carillion blue is a really cool blue. I love the Carillion blue. It's a very muted blue. And these action figures, especially Lion-O, he was bright, but he didn't have bright colours, which sounds silly. He had primary colours, but not bright colours, like the Turtles did. They had bright colours on all their characters near. And there we go. That's the Carillion blue there. That's Carillion blue not mixed, and I think the armour, the vest, his bra is in a Carillion blue that's been mixed with a little bit of white and maybe a little bit of yellow in there. I can't remember. I should research. I'm terrible at remembering what colours I use, and I don't know if you're the same as me. If you're an artist, you've got all these paints and they're just covered in paint, so you can't see what the bloody name of the sodding thing is anyway. The reds are definitely cadmium medium hue for the dark, and then I think that the lighter red, I know it is because it's right in front of me, that's a scarlet colour. His sword, the Sword of Omens, which I've actually painted quite a few times in other paintings, but never with him. And as I've tried to keep in all the other action figure paintings, keep the bends. So I've kept the bend in his sword. His sword was very cool. I did like his sword. It was a evolution from the He-Man sword, with a cool, how it grew and how it came. I loved his sword. That's why I've used it in many paintings. Highlighting the muscles there on the action figure. They were too dark. The contrast was not there. They needed to pop out more. The thing about these toy paintings is I want to paint them how they looked as toys, but at the same time I don't want that I don't want it to look too realistic. I want that plasticky look. So to do that, I have found that doing high contrast works pretty well. Here we're going on to Lion-O's face, and this is the bit that, for me, made this figure a bit weird, is one, his very Homer Simpson-esque stubble patch, which, when I'm painting the yellow, God, that looks like Homer Simpson. Has anybody, obviously people have parodied that, I hadn't noticed it till right now. Yeah, so he's Homer Simpson. It does look like Homer Simpson. His eyes are very weird on the action figure. They're very, obviously they tried to paint him like a cat, like cat eyes, and it just looked a bit weird on the figure, I always thought. Painting the belt and the brilliant Thundercat logo, which I adore. Painting the background in white. This is so I can now figure out where everything goes, and to me, that's looking good. Now, unfortunately, I missed off a bit here. The camera didn't record, or I forgot to press play. Probably my fault. I'm going around and putting the comic book look into it all, outlining everything in black, and this just gives it the comic book look, the defined look. And there, I've done his eyes, and unfortunately you missed the eyes because I'm an idiot, absolute idiot. So I talk about the eyes, and then I missed that bit in the thing, in the video, the thing. It's like I forgot I was on microphone then. It's like I was just talking. Anyway, so there he is. I will I'll put some better photographs on in a minute so you can see the face. Great fun painting to do. I just love painting these figures from my childhood. I think next up will be Skeletor, then maybe a bit of G.I. Joe. So there he is. There is Lion-O, the action figure, the LJN figure. Pretty sure it's the same LJN who made the awful Nintendo games of the 80s, 90s. But there he is, Lion-O. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are not very, very attached to that figure and felt like I was insulting him, because I'm not. I love him. I love Thundercats. I love toys. I love art. I love